Welcome back to this channel for practice problems for actuarial exams. My name is Krzysztof Ostaszewski. You can find information about me at smarturl.it/Jedi. I direct the actuarial program at Illinois State University. You can find information about it at smarturl.it/actuary. If you would like to make a tax-deductible donation to support our students to our program, go to smarturl.it/help ISU actuary. Here's a problem for today for exam FM. Tim takes out an n-year loan with equal annual payments at the end of each year. The interest portion of the payment at time n-1 is equal to 0.5250 of the interest portion of the payment at time n-3, and is also equal to 0.1427 of the interest portion of the first payment. Calculate n. So the one general principle that you need to remember, and it's very important, is that the ratio of the principal portions of two consecutive payments is always v or 1 plus I, depending on which way you divide them by each other. But from that you can derive the information about the ratio of interest portions. That ratio of principal portions is always either 1 plus the interest rate or the reciprocal of that. Very important to remember for the exam. And here's the solution. Let P be the annual payment for this loan. The interest portion of the nth payment is 1 minus V times P. The interest portion of the n minus first payment is 1 minus V squared times P, and so on, so that the interest portion of the n minus third payment is 1 minus V to the fourth times P, and the interest portion of the very first payment is 1 minus V to the nth times P. And the conditions given in the problem therefore tell us that 1 minus V squared times P is equal to 0.5250 times 1 minus V to the fourth times P, as well as 1 minus V squared P is equal to 0.1427 times 1 minus V to the nth P. Since P is positive, it cancels out in both of these equations. The first of these two equations gives us 1 minus V squared is equal to 0.5250 times 1 minus V to the fourth. And hopefully you remember the Chechnya formula, that A squared minus B squared is equal to A minus B times A plus B. I call this the Chechnya formula because when I was a kid in elementary school in Poland, when it was occupied by the Soviets, I took part in a mathematical competition for 7th grade, I think it was. My mathematics teacher told me that, it's very important to memorize this formula for the competition. So I memorized it, and it was on the test, and I took second place. So this is the formula that gave me that second place, and guess what was the prize? Well, the biggest prize you can imagine in a wonderful workers' paradise. It was a trip to the Soviet Union. And in my trip, I went to Kiev, then to Mineralne Vody, and the capital of Chechnya, Grozny, and then to Baku in Azerbaijan, and then to Moscow, of course, for the pilgrimage to Lenin's tomb. So this is the formula that let me have a trip to Chechnya, to Grozny, the capital of Chechnya. So if you memorize it, maybe you'll pass exams, and maybe one day you can go to Chechnya too. Now at that time there was no war, and no military operations going on in Chechnya. Although it was pretty military, you could get shot easily by the Soviet officials. And as they pleased, basically. But anyway. So the Chechnya formula tells us that 1 minus V to the fourth is 1 minus V squared times 1 plus V squared. And the first equation becomes 1 equals 0.5250 times 1 plus V squared. And from this, V squared is 1 over 0.5250 minus 1. That's 19 over 21, and V is the square root of 19 over 21. The second equation tells us that 1 minus V squared is equal to 0.1427 times 1 minus V to the nth, or 2 over 21 is equal to 0.1427 times 1 minus the square root of 19 over 21 to the power n. And we can solve this for n because n is the only unknown, and n is equal to natural logarithm of 1 minus 2 over 21 times 0.1427 over the natural logarithm of a square root of 19 over 21. This comes out to be almost exactly 22, and that's answer C. Please remember this is copyrighted material. The problem itself comes from Society of Actuaries. The solution is mine. Good luck in your studies and good luck on the test.